But I did get the AN-94, right? Yeah. We're here just to upgrade it. It's a great gun. It gets a red dot sight when it gets upgraded, which is really useful. And headshots with double tap with this thing are amazing. There's also a perma perk you can get. I don't quite know the parameters off by heart, but there is a perma perk you can get that makes headshots even more powerful. Something to do with collateral headshots, I don't remember. That makes this gun even better. One cool thing you can do with this, I like this red dot, so I wish I wasn't showing this off right now, but with any Black Ops 2 sight weapons, you can upgrade them again for 2,000 points to get a different attachment. I just got a grip, which means I can use the iron sights, which is kind of cool. There's also a bunch of other stuff you can get. Let's see if I can get a heat seeker, I think that would be cool. This has... Oh. No, that's the see-through walls thing. It's been a while. Oh shit, I forgot these things were still spawning! Oh god! I didn't think you were still spawning, you bitch! Okay. One of the cool things you can do with that, this is the highlights enemies things. Enemies will show up with a red box around them. One of the cool things you can do, I guess... Oh, back to iron sights. I wonder if there's not a heat seeker on this. I would not be surprised if there wasn't a heat seeker on this, actually. It's random, though, so... Just because you haven't got it yet doesn't... Oh, yeah. Should we stick with this, or should we go for the... Yeah, we'll stick with this. Oh, yeah, just remembered. This isn't a new round, so I shouldn't really shoot them until we get back to the house. Ooh, I was talking about... Oh, yeah, one thing you can do with weapons that can be upgraded multiple times is if you want them as your third gun, for some reason, for the dual kick thing, then you can upgrade them second, just in case you need them upgraded second, and then later you can come back and upgrade them again. That's kind of cool. This gun is awesome, by the way, if I haven't already pointed it out, which I have, to an adequate degree. This is one of my favourite weapons in the game. Mainly because I'm an AK Mark. Maybe Mark is not a term that is used outside of certain industries, but I'm a guy who loves the AK-47. And this gun is basically like a futuristic AK-47, so that's why I love this gun. I might have even uploaded, like, go back and watch my Black Ops 2 coverage if you can bear my voice back then, which my voice isn't much better now. But you might be able to see a couple of gameplays with this thing online, because that's just what I used to do. I used to like this gun. I think my first, like, 30-odd kill streak on that game, on that Villa map or something, was with an AN. So much talking, man. Not sure how long this has gone. It hasn't felt like that long. Gotta be honest with you. What time is it? It's probably hasn't even been an hour. Yeah. I should play more zombies. I should upload more zombies. Hopefully this gets up to you pretty soon, because I'm hoping to get this up to you at some point, so you can see them through the walls there. I'm hoping to get this up to you soon, but I should play more zombies and upload it for you guys, because, like, if you're happy, like, seeing Buried over and over again, I would be more than willing to just play this map, play this route, over and over for you guys. But I'm assuming you don't want to see that, which gets me in a bit of a, like, because other maps, like, just get me in a bit of a funk sometimes, because I'm not as good at them. So, I've effortlessly, to some degree, got to round 24 here. I might effortlessly stroll my way to a higher round than this. If I was playing, like the one I tried to do the other day with Shangri-La, a map that I've recently gotten much better at, still not very good at Shangri-La. And so when I was playing it, and I was trying to get a gameplay for it, it just was, it was nowhere near as smooth as this. I was going down early and often, and it would just take a long time to get gameplay for it, and the commentary wouldn't be flowing, because obviously I'd be stopping and starting, and things like that. But I could certainly do it for you guys. And when it comes to multiplayer, I should probably just record every time we're playing, because it's a little bit more effort on my end, but aside from that, it's not very hard. And it means content, and I know zombies is a reasonable part of my channel, even if not a lot of people watch this series in particular. It's been a high watched series in the past, at least a medium watched series in the past. It's content for you guys to watch. Black Ops 3 is coming out later this year, and I'm not sure whether I'll be doing zombie stuff on it. I didn't with this game when it came out, because I wasn't very good at it when it came out, Like, it takes time to master the game. But maybe the first day thing. Did I do a first day thing on Ascension, or I think I did a first week thing on Ascension? But Ascension is probably the easiest zombie map. Like, this is pretty easy. I think Ascension might be easier. So that may be why I managed to get master that so early, is because I almost, like, distinctly remember doing the Circle of Life strategy in that video. So I do have a few other Ascension strats now. Like, one of the cool things about Ascension, this map has 2 circle strats, only one of which I consider myself a master of. Ascension has 3 at least, all of which I could pull off to a reasonable degree. You know? I could do Circle of Life, I can do Pack-a-Punch, and I can do Stamina Up. To a degree of success that is pretty good. However, and hell, there are stations. There are stations in the Circle of Life. You can camp in certain areas on Circle of Life without messing up the other guy's train at all. So, Circle of Life is... Ascension can be a good, like, 3 guys kiting, 1 guy camping map, which is pretty rare to find. And that's kind of why I think Ascension is the easiest zombies map, and I do think it is. Not to Ascension's, like, discredit. There's a lot. That's a good thing. Like I said earlier, I think being good at a game makes it more enjoyable for some people. I certainly, when it comes to zombies, prefer maps that I'm good at. That's why I play them a lot. Of course, being good at a map isn't all that makes it a good zombies map. Because I guess in terms of, like, the maps in zombies that I am good at, they would go Kino, Ascension, Buried, and Call of the Dead. Those are the 4 that I'd like to say very good at. You know, very good is probably an amped description. You know, I have a pretty keen grasp on the concepts that make up those 4 maps. Now, other maps I'm alright at, but those 4 are absolutely the best in the series. Are they my 4 favorite maps? No. I would have... Oh shit, one second, I need to concentrate. That was a bad move. So, I needed to concentrate there. Alright, so out of those 4 maps, I would say certainly 3 of them are in my top, like are up there. But in terms of my top 4 favorite maps, only 2 of them are in there. So I guess it is a reasonable one. Like, my top 4 maps that I'm best at, in order of which ones I'm better at, go Ascension, I'm the best at. This, Buried, I'm second best at. Kino, I'm third. And Call of the Dead, I'm 4th. My favorite maps, however, go Origins, Buried, Moon, Kino. You know? So I look at different things for zombies, you know? And obviously, like, nostalgia factor kind of comes into it for most people, including myself, on zombies, because we played it a lot when we were younger, so we'll always have memories. And yes, this is probably that was probably like the tightest exchange we've had so far, which kind of signals to me the real difficulty is just about to begin. I've been playing a lot of multiplayer on this map, as I mentioned earlier. Multiplayer town survival. I would play other maps, certainly, if there was more players on them. Town survival is a small map that everybody owns, because you don't need the DLC. So there's usually a good 200 people on there at prime time. Just like midday, I'd say. Maybe a little bit like afternoon. Like 4 or 5 in the afternoon is usually prime time for me, when I see the most players online then. So you can usually find a game. I've been playing a lot of that, and one of the cool things about zombies always for me has been getting the most amount of revives I possibly can. If you go to my Steam account, which is Matsudairo Gaming, all one word. If you're watching this video, you know how to spell Matsudairo because it's down below the video. If you don't know how to spell gaming, just look it up. But it's all one word, those 2 words. I don't think there's any caps in there. Look me up on Steam. Feel free to add me, but make sure somehow I know you're a sub, because otherwise I might add you anyways. I usually do, but try and, like, if you can send me a message on Steam while you're adding me as a friend, say I'm a sub on your channel, or if there's no way to do that, leave a comment on my channel or send me a YouTube message saying, hey, I'm going to add you on Steam if that's okay. Here's my Steam ID. Accept it when it comes through. And I will. And you can play with me if we're playing similar games and I feel like playing with someone that day. Or you can look through my screenshots, which one of the things I upload there regularly is what I like to call the Hall of Fame. I did have an acronym. It's like the IPPZ Hall of Fame. And Z is probably zombies. P, one of those two P's is probably putty. But I forget what the acronym stands for nowadays. But it's basically I don't like to say the worst players because I love playing with them, but the players who go down the most. There's 2 people on there at the moment because I only started tracking it recently. They're both on Black Ops 1. They're both on Kino, actually. One of them, I can't remember his name, but he was back on the console version, and he went down, I think it was above 60 times. It had to have been. And then I have a screenshot up on my Steam account right now of the worst player. I hate to call him the worst player because I love playing with guys like this. I enjoyed that match. I don't hate playing with bad players. I enjoy it. I actually enjoy playing with bad players more than I enjoy playing with good players. So if you're bad, like, not only do I not blame you at all, and I really enjoy playing with you, but also, you can get better. I was shit at this game, like, when World at War was out. You know, everyone can get better, so never take it as an insult. If anything, it's a compliment, you know? And I know that's hard to take for some people. Being called bad in the game is a compliment, but it is. It is most of the time, I'm sorry. But yeah, the worst player, to go on, that I've ever encountered on PC Zombies is by far this guy who had over, I think it was 6... See, the thing is, I was playing with Marshall at the time, who's also a very competent reviver. He's grown into a very competent pointer at the same time as well, which is good to see. But he's grown into a very competent reviver, so I didn't have massive amounts of revives. I think I had 40, and Marshall had 30, because Marshall didn't have a perfect game. I don't think I did either. I think I remember in that game, mid-game, I was sucking badly, and me and Marshall traded somewhere towards the end of round 20-odd. To like 22 or 1 or something. At some point I was doing pretty badly, and then I shaped up, and then Marshall started to go down later in the rounds, which I think it was always going to happen. I think maybe that's an insult to him, but at some point I managed to consolidate, and Marshall just succumbed to the late round plague of going down a lot. So anyway. He had 64 revives, 64 downs, or maybe more than that, on that game, which is awesome. I love that. I want to get more games like that. And the other day I had 34 revives in one game, and that went up. It wasn't a Hall of Fame game. I like to say anybody with over 60 downs in a game goes in the Hall of Fame. Whether or not I've revived them that many times, but obviously, like, if someone has 60 downs in a game, I've probably got 40 revives, you know? I've found Online Zombies players that the best ones... I hate to call them good players because they don't revive, and I think the sign of a good player is their revive skill, more than anything else, really. Surviving and reviving is what makes a good zombie player, and I think reviving is the harder of the two skills to get, because I see a lot more people surviving than reviving in multiplayer zombies. So I'm usually the guy who revives the most. Which I guess, in terms of getting to a high round, I'm not as valuable as the guy who survives. Even though I tend to survive myself as well. I find I'm in this position where I hate it when people die permanently. You know what I mean? Like, you go down, you get revived. But if you go down for too long, you're down until the next round. And I hate that, because I think they must not be having a good time. And I hate it when people leave the first time they go down, because I will get you. It's because the first time you get down, it's probably within the first 20 rounds. And if you're down before round 20, I'm prob's gonna get you, bro. You know? Like, I can probably do that. But, like, the reason why I enjoy reviving so much, in some ways, is because, it's a big number and my ego feels stroked. It's true. I'm not gonna deny that. When I see big revive numbers, I feel like I'm the badass motherfucker, right? That's a part of it. Undeniably so. However, I have to tell you, and this is honestly the truth, that for the most part, the best thing about reviving and being the Revive King, the best thing about being the Revive King, is the fact that those guys, if I wasn't there, that I'm reviving, would not have had as fun of a time if I wasn't there. That is genuinely a feeling when I'm playing zombies that I relish the most, because most people haven't ran into a player like me on zombies. At least I like to think so. You know, like, not a lot of people have like a 60 revive, or I can't remember, maybe it was 80 revive game to their name. You know, not a lot of people will do that. Some people will give up on you. I will never give up on you. Never, ever. Ever, 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 ever. It doesn't matter how many downs you have. If you go down, I'm coming to get you. There's never, ever in a zombies game has a thought crossed my mind that, hey, that guy's gone down so much, is there any point in getting him? That never crosses my mind. There are some high-level players that are like, I'll just get us to a high round. He can go down as much as he wants. It'd be a risk for me to go get him. For me, the point of zombies is reviving people. That's why Quick Revive is my second perk every game, without fail. Usually, unless I'm doing something stupid. Or maybe even my first perk, but usually my second. Because, yeah, without Jug, I'm probably not reviving you anyway. You know, that's probably like, I'm gonna die when I'm reviving you. So, yeah. It just... By the way, round 30 hype! Hype! First round 30 game on the Random Zombie series, as long as this is recording. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I don't know. I love reviving people so much. I do. And here's a little quick tip for you guys who've never seen the channel, who haven't really followed zombies that closely over the years. If you have an upgraded ballistic knife in multiplayer and you shoot it at someone, you revive them. So, there's a little quick tip for you guys. I tell you what, I just remembered. There used to be a rumor that you could knife someone with an upgraded ballistic knife. You know, like melee them and kill them. I can't remember whether I proved that to be true, whether I proved that to be false, or if I ever actually tried it out. So next time I go online and I get an upgraded ballistic knife, I am most certainly trying that out. We can try it out later if I feel frisky. Although I don't feel too frisky right now. I'm feeling a little tired. But it's still only like 2 AM, so who knows? Yeah, it's not even 2 AM. And we could be that... Wait, is Reese online? No. No, Reese isn't online. Nobody's on Black Ops except for Marcus. Can't remember who Marcus is. I think he was a stream... confidant? No, sorry, not confidant. A stream cohort. I believe he was in a Kino game with myself during a stream. Can't remember if he's a good player or a bad player. I tend to add a lot of people on zombies. Especially if we've had a good game or if he's gone down a lot. That's the thing, like, I'll add people who go down a lot because either I'm going to have a lot of cool games where I get to take him to places he'd never go on his own, or he's going to get better at the game by playing with me. And, yeah, I like that. So, that's kind of... Like, Zombies is a really cool game because it's probably the game I'm the best at. Which, watching this is like, really, buddy? But yeah, like there's 3 games that I have actually gotten to a level where I could honestly tell you, if we started arguing percentages, could be close to top 5 zombie players. Could be. Top 5%, maybe. You know, you'd have to start... You know, arguing percentages, there's not going to be stats in arguing percentages, because there aren't any out there. But in terms of general, like, play, I think I'm pretty good, you know?